Hello, welcome to Gurukul's CAT 100 series, a series that's designed specifically to take you from your study room to the corporate boardroom. I am Pradyumna Sharma and this is Verbal Mastery with Prady.
Hello and welcome back to day 87 of our 100 days to CAT test series. Now, in case you want to take up this passage as a test, all you've got to do is go on to www.thegurukul.org.in and sign up for our 100 days to CAT test series. In case you want to follow along with this video, then this is the first part of your passage. Pause the video here and read this passage, and then we'll go into the second part of the passage. This is your second part of the passage. Pause the video here, read this passage, and then we're going to go into the questions of this passage. Now this is your first question. Pause the video here, answer this question, and then we're going to go into the second question. This is your second question. Pause the video here, answer this question, and then we're going to go into the third question. This is the third question. Pause the video here, answer this question, and then we're going to go into the last question of this passage. Now this is the last question of this passage. Pause the video here, answer this question, and then let's go into the passage explanation and question explanations. So what's the passage talking about? In the past 30 years, Americans' consumption of restaurant and takeout food has doubled. The result, according to many health watchdog groups, is an increase in overweight and obesity. Almost 60 million Americans are obese, costing $117 billion each year in healthcare and related costs. So basically, here a problem is being introduced, and the problem is that, okay, because of consumption in restaurants, okay, because there's been an increase in the consumption in restaurants or at takeout food, okay, because this has become twice, there's a significant increase in people who are overweight, and this has kind of led to obesity, right? So that is the problem that's been highlighted. Members of Congress have decided they need to do something about the obesity epidemic. A bill was recently introduced in the House that would require restaurants with 20 or more locations to list the nutritional content of their food on their menus. A Senate version of the bill is expected in the near future. So who has taken the responsibility of doing something about it? The members of Congress have taken the responsibility of doing something about this. And what are they trying to do? They are trying to introduce a bill. Okay, they're trying to introduce a law basically which would require restaurants with 20 or more locations to list their nutritional content of their food on their menu. So what do I see so far? So far I understand that a problem has been stated and a solution has been proposed. Okay, so our legislatures point to the trend of restaurants making larger meals at attractive prices. People order these meals believing that they're getting a great value, but what they're actually also getting could be in one meal more than the daily recommended allowance of calories, fat, and sodium. Now, basically what's happening, restaurants are giving you, these combo offers and all of those kind of deals where you get a lot of food for very less money, okay? And a lot of people would actually buy into it because why not? Why, if you're getting such an amount of food for such little money, it is a benefit for you, right? But that itself, that amount of food itself is having more than the daily recommended allowance of calories, fats, and sodium. So it's in excess than what the body actually needs. The question is, would people stop supersizing? Supersizing means eating more than what is required, or make other healthier choices if they knew that nutritional content of the food there. Lawmakers think they would, and the gravity of the obesity problem has caused them to act to change menus. So basically what's happening, the question now is, okay, we all know that people are eating a lot, but if I start putting the calorie count or the nutritional information right on the menu, would people actually stop ordering so much food? Would people actually stop taking, such big portions? Lawmakers, the people who are trying to pass the bill, they think that yes, they would actually stop. Okay, and which is why they're bringing in this act. The Menu Education and Labeling or Meal Act would result in the menus that looked like the nutrition facts panel on food in supermarkets. These panels are required by the 1990 Nutrition Labeling and Education Act, which exempted restaurants. So to be very honest, I don't know why they've made another new law and not just amended this to take off that exemption of the restaurants. but whatever suits them, right? So basically what's he telling? This fellow is telling that all the restaurants who have more than 20 locations or so, they should have all the nutritional information on the menu, just like how your packaged food has in the supermarkets and all. Okay, the new restaurant menus would list calories, fat and sodium on printed menus and calories on menu boards for all items that are offered on a regular basis. So they're doing it at multiple places. Wherever the consumer is making a choice, they're putting up these calories and everything. But isn't this simply asking restaurants to state the obvious? Who isn't aware of an order that super size of fries isn't health food? Does anyone order a double cheeseburger thinking they're being virtuous? So basically, again, the author is just asking, okay, aren't the consumers already aware that what they're eating is excessive? Don't they know that already? Just by me putting it on the menu, do you think that they're going to stop? Do you think that there's anyone who is ordering 2 cheeseburgers thinking that they're being, modest? So absolutely, these questions are very valid. Now let's see what the author says in the next part of the passage. Studies have shown that it's not that simple. So basically, it's not just, about not knowing and all, okay? So in one, registered dietitians couldn't come up with accurate estimates of the calories found in certain fast foods. Who would have guessed that a milkshake, which sounds pretty healthy, right? Obviously, it does contain milk after all, has more calories than 3 McDonald's cheeseburgers. Or that one chain's chicken breast sandwich, another better sounding alternative to a burger, contains more than half a day's calories and twice the recommended daily amount of sodium. Even a fast food coffee drink without donut to go with it has almost half the calories needed in a day. So basically over here in this paragraph, they're saying that, okay, even the dietitians, even the nutritionists, even the people who are actually trained to give us advice about these kind of things, they also are not able to predict how many calories are actually there in this fast food. So how do you expect a customer to know that when they're ordering it? Okay, so this whole thing, this entire paragraph is just to say that these questions, the ones that we were just asking, okay, isn't it stating the obvious? No, it's not stating the obvious, because just by looking at a food, people aren't actually able to tell if it's healthy, if it has enough calories or too much calories, right? So the restaurant industry isn't happy about the new bill. Arguments against it include the fact that diet alone is not the reason for America's obesity epidemic. A lack of adequate exercise is also to blame. In addition, many fast food chains already post nutritional information on their websites or on posters located in their restaurants. So at some places already there's been posting of the nutritional information apparently, but the major argument that the American restaurant industry is putting forward is that, bro, look, it's not just the food that they order at our restaurant, it's that they don't work after that to actually burn the food down, right? So it's not diet alone, it's a lack of adequate exercise that's also to blame. That's what they are trying to say. Those who favor the Meal Act, a similar legislation, say in response that we must do all we can to help people maintain a healthy weight, while the importance of exercise is undeniable. So obviously even these people agree that yes, people should exercise, okay, but if you keep that aside, the quantity and quality of what we eat must be changed. So how much we eat and the kind of food we eat, that should definitely be changed. They believe that if we want consumers to make better choices when they eat out, nutritional information must be provided where they are selecting their food. Restaurant patrons are not likely to have memorized the calorie counts they might have looked up on the internet, nor are they going to leave the tables or a line to check out the poster that might be on the opposite side of the restaurant. So basically what are they saying? No, if you actually tell people that you're eating this much or you're consuming these many calories, there will be an impact. People would actually reduce, and that will be the first step in eating healthy. But for this, you can't expect those people to actually have memorized all the calories or all the nutritional information, whatever you have put on certain websites. Okay, even if your restaurant chain has put it on a website, you can't expect them to memorize everything or get that printed to the table. Also, even if you have some kind of posters and all, maybe it's not near the line. So wherever the consumer is making a choice of ordering the food, there he should be presented with the nutritional information for it to be the most effective. Now that we've understood the passage, let's go into the question explanations. Now the first question says the purpose of the passage is to, so basically he's asking us why are we reading all of this? Argue that the restaurant industry side of the debate? No, obviously not. We're definitely not taking restaurant industry side of the debate, because most of the passage talks about the legislators side and how they are solving a problem, right? So explain why dietitians have trouble estimating the nutritional content of fast food. No, see, he's clearly said to us that dietitians are having problems. He never explained why they are having. So this is actually missing. So it's not going to be my answer either. Help consumers make better choices when dining out. Yes, in a way it is to help consumers make better choice when dining out. So far amongst 1, 2 and 3, 3 is a good answer. 4. Explain one way legislatures propose to deal with the obesity epidemic. Now see, obviously this option has the problem along with the solution, making this more broader and more appropriate an answer than 3. So obviously we would have to choose 4 over 3 and that would be our best possible answer. Now let's go to question number 2. According to the passage, why is the restaurant industry against the new congressional bill? So obviously I think the restaurant industry told that, bro, listen, this is not just the food, they have to work out and all also, right? So they don't want any healthy items on their menus. I don't think that's the case, because they're already putting up nutritional information and all, so this will be too extreme. So this is something that we cannot comment on. B, because lack of adequate exercise is also responsible. Okay, so yes, if there's other factors also, why are you blaming us alone? That's what they're saying. So this could be one good answer. 3, they don't want to be sued if they incorrectly calculate the calories in the menu items. Okay, this is funny. This is totally understandable, but this has not been specified anywhere in the passage, so it will be out of scope choice for us. 4th one, they feel that the industry is already over-regulated. Now see, again, about over-regulation and all, they've been exempted till now. So this is the first kind of regulation that we know about as far as the passage is concerned. So obviously we cannot say that the industry is over-regulated. So the best possible answer for us for this question becomes 2. Now let's go to the 3rd question. Why is the chicken breast sandwich mentioned in the paragraph 4? Obviously, so chicken breast sandwich is mentioned as an alternative to cheeseburgers, McDonald's cheeseburgers. But it says that, the passage says that still amounts for a lot of calories that you would require in a day, right? So it's an example of a menu item that contains more fat than one would assume. Obviously, see, people would think that it's a very healthy alternative apparently, but it does have more fat than what one would actually think of, right? So this becomes a good answer choice. 2nd one, it's the only healthy choice on some restaurants menu. It could be true, but this part makes it an extreme answer, which is why we're not going to be considering it. 3, it has twice as much salt as the recommended daily allowance. No, we only know about the calories that are there in the chicken as far as the passage is concerned. We do not know about how much salt is there. So it's not going to be 3 either. 4, it has many calories. It has as many calories as 3 McDonald's hamburgers. Now this is true about the milkshake, if I'm not wrong, and not the chicken breast sandwich. So 4 is a misappropriation. So we have to remove this as well. So the best possible answer now becomes 1. Let's go for the last question of this passage. The passage explains that those in favor of the Meal Act want nutrition information placed. So where do these people who want this Meal Act to be passed need the nutritional information? Anywhere that consumer can make a menu selection. See, obviously that's what, no? Wherever the consumer is making a choice, we need the nutritional information over there. So this is one possible answer. In print advertisements, no, see, no one wants you to memorize things and then come, right? We think that you cannot memorize things that well. 2nd one, on the websites, absolutely not, same reason. On toll-free hotlines, so every time I order off a burger, should I call people and wait in line listening to that boring song just to hear the nutritional information? So obviously these don't make sense. So the best possible answer again over here becomes 1. Now, if you watched this video till here, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video and share this with a friend who's preparing for CAT 2025, and I'll see you in the next video.
Hope you enjoyed learning from today's session.
This series is designed to help you with your CAT preparation and practice daily. We are with you in this journey.
To watch the next video, click here. And to watch Gurukul's CAT 100 series, study room to boardroom, the entire playlist, click here.
If you learned from today's session, like, share, and subscribe.